is Arya, and I'll be singing a few songs for you, love songs for you. I hope they are meditative for you, and you really feel the vibrations and the peace. If you feel like meditating, you can meditate. Things my family did, and I am not the voices in my head, and I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light, 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 I am light. Mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain, and I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light, 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 I am light. I am light, I am light, I am light. am blind. I 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 am divinity divine. I am the God on the outside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am blind. 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 I am
Good morning. Can all of you hear me? Actually, after listening to such a nice music from Arya, so he himself is an introduction through his voice. So, but a little bit of introduction about Mr. Arya. Arya has initiated singing at the age of 8, and he learned classical music from Pandit Chautmal Makhan, and he is primarily a singer who want to experiment on singing. So he learned different forms of music, different instruments, and he is a graduate from IIT Hyderabad. And more importantly, he wants to be a playback singer in his future. So I wish all of you to pray for his desire and wish to fulfill. Thank you. A warm welcome to all of you. So this is really a different experience to have all of you here. Today we are going to have a special, really a special program on inner peace, inner power. This is a seminar exclusively designed for the CXOs of IT industry. And this is more special because all of you are here. Okay? So you made it special, number one. And number two, it's also special because this is the first program in this world-class facility. I don't want to call it as a facility, actually it's an experience. This is the world-class experience. You are going to go through each and every corner of this infrastructure and see that one, how different it is compared to any others. And thirdly, most importantly, it's very different, it's very special because we are celebrating 77th anniversary of SIT program. I think all of you are familiar with what is SIT, spirituality in IT. Okay, so we practice a lot of things in information technology, but how actually the spirituality is helping in the IT fraternity. At this point of time, let me say a few words about why I am talking to you people, because I was sitting on that side till last 10 years back, till 10 years back, and in 10 years back, actually, I was introduced to the concept of Raja Yoga. And since then, I moved to this side of the table, and where I have learned enormously from this one. I am a retired person from IBM after working 25 years in information technology companies, in different companies. So now, and more importantly, it's also very special because we have distinguished and very special speaker who is really a global personality, Sister Aruna, who has come from Kuwait. She is really a global personality. If I have to introduce her profile to you, it will take 3 hours for me. So because we also need to have the real program. And before that one, I would like to invite Kuldeep Behenji. That BK Kuldeep Behenji is the director of this organization, and she is the backbone of this SIT program. She is conceptualized the SIT 7 years back, and today, for your information, this has been practiced at various parts of the India. Not only in Hyderabad, but Bangalore, Pune, Bombay, everywhere, the SIT concept has been practiced extensively. She is in charge of all the Brahmakumari centers across Telangana, and she is one of the fortunate souls has been introduced to this family at the age of 3 years. So she herself has dedicated to this organization at the age of 16 and serving for this organization from the last 5 decades. So if I have to again introduce about her achievements in the last 5 decades, then I don't actually have any time for the program. So with this point of view, I request Kuldeep Benji to come here and make a formal welcome to all of you. Thank you.
ओम शांति। थैंक यू मूर्ति भाई। आज के 7th एनिवर्सरी के अवसर पर विशेष हमारे बीच में अरुणा लाडवा बहन कुवैत से आए हैं, उनका बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है। आप सभी भी बहुत व्यस्त रहने वाले सभी विशेष पर्सनालिटीज़ आज के दिन आप सभी यहाँ पधारे, आप सबका भी मैं हृदय से स्वागत करती हूँ। इसकी आपकी प्रेजेंस ही ये शो करती है कि आप स्पिरिचुअलिटी में बिलीव करते हैं, क्योंकि स्पिरिचुअलिटी इन आईटी ये 7 वर्ष से शांति सरोवर में इसका कार्यक्रम स्टार्ट हुआ और धीरे धीरे पूरे विश्व में अभी सिट के नाम से रिट्रीट्स चलती हैं, हमारे हेडक्वार्टर में भी। तो विशेष हमारी शिवानी बहन छोटी है, लेकिन उनको ही आईटी फील्ड में बहुत सेवा करने का इंटरेस्ट आया और साथ साथ अपनी योग्यताओं के साथ साथ उन्होंने इतने बड़े इस इनर स्पेस के निर्माण में भी बहुत टैलेंट्स यूज़ किए हैं। और विशेष आप सभी को, क्योंकि आज की दुनिया में आईटी वाले जितना स्ट्रेस में रहते हैं शायद ही दूसरा कोई होगा, क्योंकि आईटी तो हर प्रोफेशन के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है। आज बिजनेस में भी आईटी की आवश्यकता है। कोई भी कार्य हम करते हैं बिना टेक्नोलॉजी के, इंटरनेट के हम हिल भी नहीं सकते। आज इतना आपके ऊपर हम डिपेंड हैं, पूरी दुनिया ही। तो आप पूरी ग्लोब को बहुत छोटा कर दिया है ना। दुनिया में हम किसी भी क्षेत्र में 1 सेकंड में रीच हो सकते हैं, किसी से भी हम बातचीत कर सकते हैं। लेकिन आश्चर्य की बात है, सिर्फ आईटी ही हमको ये हेल्प नहीं कर सकती कि हम कहाँ तक अपना कनेक्शन जोड़ सकते, वो हमको मालूम नहीं है। तो स्ट्रेस फ्री लाइफ बनाने के लिए विशेष आईटी वालों के लिए इस इनर स्पेस में बहुत सुंदर योजनाएं बनाई गई। एक साइलेंस रूम भी है और एक हमारा माइंड टेस्टिंग गैजेट्स का भी एक रूम है, जिसको आप बाद में देखेंगे। तो खास हम ये चाहते हैं कि आईटी वाले स्पिरिचुअलिटी से किस तरह से हम परमात्मा से कनेक्ट हो जाएं। अगर ये विधि आप सीख लेंगे तो आप स्ट्रेस फ्री होकर अपना काम कर सकते हैं। काम तो करना ही है, आप जो भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है आपके ऊपर, लेकिन उसको कैसे हम लाइट हो करके अपने लाइफ में लाइटनेस फील करके स्ट्रेस फ्री लाइफ बना करके अगर हम अपना कार्य में सफल हो तो अच्छा है। सक्सेस के पीछे तो हम सब भाग रहे हैं, लेकिन मेडिटेशन एक ऐसा टेक्निक है जिससे हमारे जीवन में हर क्षेत्र में हम सफल हो सकते, सक्सेस को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। तो इसलिए आप एक ऐसा योजना बनाइए कि हम सब सिर्फ आईटी नहीं, उसमें स्पिरिचुअलिटी को ऐड करके हम डेली, जैसे आप यहाँ से अमेरिका में कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं, वर्ल्ड के किसी भी कॉर्नर में, तो जो सबसे ऊपर है सुप्रीम अथॉरिटी, उसके साथ आप कनेक्ट हो जाएंगे तो आपको सारे वर्ल्ड का इन्फॉर्मेशन 1 सेकेंड में मिल जाएगा। इतना घूमने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि वर्ल्ड ऑलमाइटी अथॉरिटी है, परमात्मा जो सुप्रीम पावर है। तो जैसे आप सभी ने ऐसा इन्फॉर्मेशन के है ना इंस्ट्रूमेंट आदि बनाए हैं, जैसे हम छोटा सा इंस्ट्रूमेंट सबके जेब में रहता है ना, मोबाइल से हम सारी दुनिया उस मोबाइल में है, लेकिन उसके लिए भी आप डेली उसको चार्जिंग देते हैं, उसको चेक करते रहते, चार्जिंग कम हुई तो थोड़ा टेंशन हो जाता है। हम चार्जर साथ में लेकर घूमते हैं, पावर बैंक लेके घूमते हैं, तो देखिए उसका भी आप इतना ध्यान रखते हैं, लेकिन जो आत्मा इस बॉडी को चलाने वाली है उसको कितनी एनर्जी खर्च करनी पड़ती है, क्योंकि मोबाइल में इतने एप्लीकेशंस नहीं हैं जितने कि हमारे माइंड में चल रहे हैं। तो हमारी बैटरी कितनी डिस्चार्ज होती है उसको कभी हम चेक नहीं करते हैं। तो मेडिटेशन एक ऐसा सोर्स है जिससे हम अपनी आत्मा की एनर्जी को बढ़ा सकते हैं, अपनी बैटरी सदा फुल चार्ज रख सकते हैं। बैटरी फुल चार्ज है माना आपके जीवन में खुशी, प्रेम, आनंद, शक्ति, ये सब वैल्यूज़ को आप अनुभव करेंगे। और विशेष आप इस स्थान पर आए हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि आप सभी इस स्थान का बहुत बहुत लाभ लें। आप सबका हम तहे दिल से बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन करते हैं, और फर्दर भी आप सब हमारी ये ईश्वरीय सेवाएं सदा लेते रहें, और ये स्थान पर आकर आप जितना चाहें उतना बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं। ओम शांति।
Thank you, Benji, for such a nice welcome address and setting the stage for the program. So before I introduce to the profile of Sister Aruna, I would like to just give the brief about today's program structure. Okay, we are going to make this one very sweet and short. All of you know that one, short is always sweet, So whenever in childhood, all of you might have memories that, you went to temple to taste prasad. Prasad is always very tasty. Nobody can make as tasty as that one at the home in spite of whatever you do. So because it has energy in that, and also it's small quantity. Okay, so this is an opportunity for us to make you to taste this. This is only tasting session for 3 hours, whatever is there, and then subsequently we hope that as you go again and again to the temple, you will try to go again and again here to explore in a complete form of that one. Okay, so setting the context for this one, being in IT for several decades, I have my own experience of how it will be working in a technology industry like IT industry now with very demanding customers. All of you know that one. If you have to face a customer, you know that one, how unrealistic a customer can be nowadays. So, and then of course the market pressures and all those things are making it worse than what it was only one-dimensional stress. Now it is actually multi-dimensional stress. Stress will come not only from the customer, but actually from the market, from the internal organization, chemistry, and so on and so forth. So how the spirituality can help you in managing those things. So I can talk about my own experience, but I got a significant benefit out of these things. So that's the reason why I want you people to enjoy this session and then make this experience memorable for you. So this program is going to be up to 1 o'clock and then followed by a lunch. What we don't call lunch, we call it as a Brahma Bhojan. So it's something what you cannot get anywhere other than at this place with a lot of energy and the taste built into that one. So we are going to have a 1 hour session now before the break from Sister Aruna. So the program itself is basically talking about inner peace, inner power. So before going into this one, the second session of that one after the break will be that we have a video clipping on the SIT reports. As I told you earlier, that this is the 7th SIT that's happening in this one, and there is a monthly what is happening, how much they have contributed to the IT industry. Some glimpse of that one will be shown to you people, followed by session 2. At the end of this session, basically we are going to have a Q&A, question and answer session for enough time of around 45 minutes to 1 hour. So why I'm making you to understand that is that you may have a lot of questions when you are going through the session, so please park them, write them, note them, and then maybe you can put it during the Q&A session so that it will be a very beneficial interaction for both you as well as us to understand what are your expectations from this one. Okay. So as I told you, to introduce Aruna Behan again is not an easy task for me. It's as I told that she is a very accomplished meditation teacher as well as an author of multiple books on that one. She is truly international, born in Kenya, in Africa, and then educated in England, lived in Canada, Middle East, and now, of course, she had different parts of the world. She has done several programs. In the past 25 years, she is instrumental in developing meditation centers across the globe. If I start reading the list of the centers where she has established the meditation centers, except Australia, I have not missed anything in her profile actually. So that's what she is, how international she is. One more interesting aspect, what I think you people would like to hear is that Sister Aruna is a certified negotiator and conflict resolution. This is what basically we face in our day-to-day life. Actually, how do you negotiate with many people in the job profile as well as the conflict is the way of life. Okay, so how do you manage the conflict? So she is a certified professional in these two things. So why I'm making this point very explicitly to you is that actually maybe during your Q&A, you can think about that, how you can extract more information from her on that aspect of her skills. And she's also actually a natural health specialist. So she has done different programs on the natural way of health building in terms of vegetarian and dairy-free health lifestyles. And she is author of several books and blog, and It's Time to Meditate is one of the things what I think she's going to introduce herself during this one. And also her book on conflict resolution is freely available to download for any one of us. So it's you can use that opportunity from that one. So one more thing that what I would like to tell her that she has accomplished so much that international projects, what she has executed at different parts of that one, I will just give you some glimpse of that one. So Awakening Inner Power and Potential is one of the special programs what she has conducted across the globe. Okay, so looking at that, actually you can understand what you can expect from her today. That's the reason why I'm putting these things. And meditation and self-development is one of the programs what she has done. And It's Time to Meditate is basically her own favorite topic. And meditation lab, all of us actually like to use the word lab many times. You know, we use that one day in and out about the lab testing of the concepts what we're doing. So it's not only just a one-side communication to you people saying that okay, but it's not meditation, it's a meditation lab. Unless you experiment, we're all scientists and engineers. So try to take this opportunity to how do you experiment with this meditation and use the med lab as your future dimension for your life. Not taking much of time because you need to cover many things here. So I welcome Sister Aruna Behan here.
So Om Shanti and a warm greeting to this beautiful inner space. So as the name says, it's time to go into our inner space inside. So the next few hours, right? You don't have to look at your phone. You don't have to answer any phone calls. Forget the outer world. The whole team, as you can see, has made great effort to create this inner space for you. So let's take benefit of that. So basically, there is stress, right, in everybody's life. Normally, stress was actually a technical term applied to architecture, engineering. Like, how much stress can this beam take? But then over time, it started to be applied to humans. You know, how much stress can you take? So this is what's been happening, we keep taking the stress, we keep adjusting until we get to a breaking point. And that's what's been happening to us, hasn't it? We keep taking, we keep adjusting, adapting, like that boiled frog syndrome. With the frog, yeah, all of you know it, yeah. So it keeps adapting until it dies. So, yes, the world is going to continue to be very challenging, but we have to increase our skills at adapting to this change. They actually say that those who do not change and adapt to the new renaissance, they will actually wither away and die. So it's not about losing our old values, but it's keeping the old values, but at the same time, applying the new. Or let's say in our context, the inner values. So what I'll do, since I only have an hour, I still have an hour, right? Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go through the PowerPoint and some points I've gathered for this subject, and then thereafter I can take some question and answers in the second half. So first and foremost, I think we have to acknowledge that we are spiritual beings on a physical journey. Many times, what do we say? We say, I have a soul. It's not I have a soul, but I am a soul. So it's the soul on a physical journey, not the body that one day will go on a spiritual journey. This is actually the first premise of Raj Yoga meditation, that I am a soul, Atma, Ru. So if I am the soul, I'm using this body to express and experience. Right now I'm expressing and you are experiencing. I too am experiencing, right? Brother's sitting like this, maybe he's wondering, maybe he's confused. I'm also taking in information. So all the time we are doing this simultaneously, expressing and experiencing. So as we're doing that, we are also vibrational beings, which means that everyone that comes into this room brings with them a certain vibration. If we're in a good mood, in a good space, we bring good vibrations. If we're in a bad mood, imagine you've come to office from home and you're not in a good mood. What's the vibration you're bringing to the office, to your staff? That will ripple effect. And they too will, get affected. But if you come in with a good mood, that becomes contagious. So all the time, I say we are like, beaming radiators. We are emitting energy all the time, whether we know it or not. Like you could be in any room, any space, and you can feel a certain vibration. Of course, the obvious is you go to the temple and you feel a good vibration. Nobody's sitting there creating these vibrations. But as people go in and out with good intention, with pure thoughts, even the walls are emanating that vibration. You're going to a jail. Immediately you feel you feel creepy, like it's a feeling. So what vibrations do you want to create in your home, at work? And what do you want to ripple out into your life? So we are actually meant to be positive by nature, but we have become pessimists, right? Optimistic people create aeroplanes, and pessimistic people create parachutes. Why are we always thinking of the worst? If somebody doesn't come home on time, what's our first reflex? Oh, they've had an accident. Something's happened to them. Why can't we think, oh, they've gone to a party and they must be really enjoying themselves? Very seldom do we jump to the positive. Mostly it's to the negative. But is that our mind, or is that really life? So at least this is something we can control, right? We can control our thoughts. So this is the question, right? Every thought is actually vibrating a certain vibration. Every thought has a frequency. In order to have inner peace, I have to have thoughts of peace. But what are the thoughts mostly? I say mirchi thoughts. Huh? Mirchi means tikke, huh? Tikke sankalp. Not very nice. So I'm also using mirchi because most of these radio stations are called mirchi, right? So if I'm tuned into a certain radio station and I want to listen to something else, I have to change the frequency. If I'm listening to 102, I need to change it to whatever, 99.8, whatever. I can't listen to that, I can't listen to jazz on the pop radio station. I have to tune to the other frequency. So in the same way, if I'm to experience peace and power, I have to change the station with my thoughts. I have to tune, I have to fine tune into that radio station, the mind station. And then whatever I'm sending out will come back again. Right? If I'm sending out peace and kindness will come back to me. So every thought is a frequency. So that's what I'm saying. Ask yourself, which frequency are your thoughts vibrating at? Very often we give our power away. How? By getting angry, getting frustrated. Every time I react to what's happening outside of me, I'm giving my power away. Sometimes, especially people in leadership, they think, to be angry and tough and aggressive, you're exhibiting your power. But that's only short term. You may, get some votes, or you may get some people on your side for a while, but not long term. People will not tolerate it in the long term. Or they'll tolerate you because you're their boss, but not because they like you. So this kind of aggressive power doesn't work. It actually puts people off. It actually numbs the people. It doesn't make them productive. It's not effective. So, who has got the remote to your life? Every time you feel something, it's like somebody's holding the remote. Right? You feel good when somebody praises you. You feel bad when somebody insults you. That's like being on a roller coaster. Even successes. You feel good today because you made so much profit, or you won that tender or whatever. And tomorrow, you don't feel so good. You're not so happy. Yes, I'm not saying we become, numb or passive, but not the emotional ups and downs. Somewhat balanced. So our thoughts, feeling, emotions are energy with their respective vibration and frequency. if I'm creating a mind that is filled with peace, then automatically my whole being, my body, my actions, my aura, everything is vibrating that peace. And who doesn't want to spend a day with a peaceful, positive person? But try spending 1 hour with a negative, critical person. And you say, "Bas, thank you. Huh? Goodbye." So yeah, we all like positivity. So we have to also help to create it. Other people also like positivity. So here's this person. He's gone to the anger management support group and the meeting is cancelled. So what does he do? He manages his anger, right? By breaking the window. Here's another. Right? By controlling others, we are happy. If only my wife would shut up, I'd be more peaceful. Is it control or is it management? Have you tried controlling anyone? Tried controlling your children? Your children, huh? You say, "These are my children, my creation." Can you even control your creation? No. Can't control anything. Get that really clear, really. We have to explain these things to ourselves. Can't control anything out there. The only thing I can control is me, inside. And everything else I have to manage. Manage with velvet gloves, delicately, with love. So it's not that, if the environment is peaceful, only then can I meditate. In fact, I have to be the one to create the peaceful environment. Who's going to create it? So I have to be the one to create those peaceful, powerful thoughts, and then automatically it will. There's a very nice saying I like. You have this teacup and the saucer, right? The old-fashioned way of drinking tea. So the saying is that my teacup is so full that I'm drinking from the saucer. In other words, I have so much that pehle isse peena hai. So your life should be so full of the peace and power that you can manage. See, in everything we need power. I'll come to that in a few moments. Blame versus responsibility, right? You're supposed to make me happy. Always blaming others, because of you, because of you. But actually, blaming is a form of resignation. Which means if I blame somebody or something, then I resign to bringing that change. Because I think this person who I'm blaming is the one to fix it. Every time you blame somebody, what are you saying? You're saying only they have the power to change it. So this person makes me unhappy, only this person can make me happy. This person makes me late, only this person can make me on time. Do you see? Every time we're blaming, we are not assuming self-responsibility. No ability to respond. No power again to respond to life's challenges, situations. And then, what do we say? I don't know how, I can't, it's impossible. But no, every time I'm pointing to you, I'm pointing 3 at me. I know, by the way, 1 to God. Always, we have to always bring God into our life, right? He's always got something to be blamed for. But God is saying, hey, keep me out of this. This is your world. No? Aapki rachna hai. You created this mess, and now you fix it. So yes, as we each take self-responsibility for ourselves, we actually, step by step, am creating a better world. This is the premise of the Brahma Kumaris, that actually if each one of us can just change ourselves, drop by drop by drop, we are affecting the world. Because if you change, imagine how many are connected with you. They'll start to feel that effect. You see? And again another, and another, and another. So that's how we intend to create about a peaceful world. So yes, take self-responsibility. Respond versus react. Right? When your flight is delayed, do you react? Respond. What's the difference? Tell me, what's the difference between react and respond? Any answers? Yes?
To the external stimulus. When you react, you're giving out part of your frustration or your inner turmoil coming out. In response, you're just accepting and accumulating and assimilating probably what is happening outside.
Good, very good.
Responding is more towards understanding the circumstance and situation,
Yeah.
and coming out with the statements like, and reacting is being ignorant of what's happening, just bursting out.
True. Yeah. Very true. Yes?
Reacting is without giving a thought. You just react.
Good. Yeah.
Responding is reacting after thinking about what to do.
Yeah. Or responding. Responding after thinking, yes. Yes, you're all right. Yes, one more answer at the back. You're all right. See, the beauty of the Brahma Kumari's knowledge is nobody's ever wrong.
Yeah. In one word, respond is positive, react is negative.
Yes. Good. So yeah, in English, it's actually the word ponder. Ponder is included in the word respond. So re-ponder means think again. So think before you think, actually. Which means you have to take a moment, you have to take a breather before just, bursting out. And react is actually you're reenacting, replaying a scenario. So when we first meet, maybe there's all these niceties. Yeah? Hi, hello, how are you? Yeah? But say there's something in me that irritates you. But the first few meetings, you say, okay, it's okay, let it go, let it go. But then you meet me for the 10th time. Let's say I'm late for the first couple of meetings. You excuse me. But then 5th meeting, 6th meeting, 7th meeting, I'm always late. Aren't you justified in reacting? Are you justified? We're getting some nods at the back. Actually, no, I'm not justified. You can, of course, react. You're free to do what you want, but that's not going to be the best response. But the reaction comes because why? Because देखो उसने फिर से किया ये. She did it again, and it starts to irritate you. It's like next meeting you're already forecasting that she's going to be late. So already you're starting getting irritated and negative. So by the time I arrive, you're already ready to pop. You see? So we are replaying. Another example might be something happens at home with your spouse or children. Then you come to work and you bring it out on your colleagues or your staff. You're replaying that scenario. They had nothing to do with what happened at home. But it's still in your head. You're still upset from that, so then you get angry on those moving forward. So this is reacting. This is very important to understand. So let me bring closure to each scenario. So yes, if something has happened, then let me learn from that. Let me say, okay, what was the lesson in that? What I would do is, if something happened on the way to work, in the car, think about it, reflect on it. What was the trigger point? How could I have responded differently? What was the learning? How could there be a different outcome? Don't just blame the other person, because by doing that, we don't learn anything, we don't get anywhere. But this thing has happened for a reason. It's come to teach me something, so let me learn the lesson. So by the time you get to work, you take a deep breath and you say, yeah, it's good that happened. Now I know. Now I've learned. I'm not going to do that again. That's not the way to be. You see? So then you start a new scene, a new chapter. So when this is now the other thing. So think before you think. I need the power even to apply the brake. See, most of the time we know what we have to do, but we don't have the power to do it. And that's where meditation comes in. So this is what we have to do, is recondition the mind. So here you have the iceberg, right? I love using this picture because it's just so beautiful. And I use pictures also because some people are visual. So you might not remember the words, but you'll certainly remember the picture, which will bring up the context. Okay, so here we have an iceberg. The air is moving in this direction. The water is moving in this direction. Which direction is the iceberg moving? It's not a trick question. Direction of water. Why? It's in the water. Other answers? Right. You sure? You sure, yeah? Okay. Yes, it's moving in the direction of the water, but why? Because the greater mass is below. If this was the other way, then of course it would be moving in the direction of the air. It's the mass that determines the direction, not the current. Right? That's the first lesson we learn from the iceberg. It's the mass, the volume. So, in the same way, a lot of things are happening below the surface in us. We have a lot of memories and, experiences that have created thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, perceptions, feelings, even desires. There's a lot going on inside of us. And then it comes out as words and actions, which then create habits and character. Then we say destiny. Oh, that's my destiny. But where did all that destiny come from? It came from right here, inside. I'm creating my destiny. So everything below the surface, below inside, is driving me actually to be who I am and what I am. So I need to take a look at this. I need to change this from inside out. When I change my thoughts, my beliefs, belief I don't mean about religion. I mean even what you believe. You believe you can do it. You believe you can't do it. You believe you're capable, you're worthy. These kinds of beliefs we've created about ourselves. Attitudes, perceptions. Oh, nobody does anything around here. If that's your attitude, then of course. There's an expression, they say, that for the person holding the hammer, everything looks like a nail to them. You see? If you're holding a hammer, then you want to bang everything, knock everything. So if that's your vision, then that's how you will see the world. So in meditation, what are we doing? This will come automatically. Don't worry about that. It's this. In meditation, we are learning how to create new patterns of thinking. We are learning to manage our mind. It's like flexing the muscles of our mind. Yes, you become negative, you bring it back to positive. Negative, back to positive. Waste, again, clarity. It's like really exercising the muscles of the mind. So that the strength from inside. That's what we have to do, is build our inner strength, our inner core. And then whatever happens on the surface, whatever current there is here, it doesn't matter, you see? Because I'll have the power from inside to deal with whatever is happening outside. So even yesterday I was giving a talk and they said, oh, but the thoughts just come. No, the thoughts don't just come. You've kept the door open. You see? You're allowing them to come. So you see something and, as we said, you react. You know, in the beginning you'll have to have a security guard here. And check, like, what am I thinking and how much, and is this really worth it? That's what you're going to have to do for a little while until you get accustomed to this way of thinking. And then with time, you know, there are no waste thoughts, there are no negative thoughts, or very few, let's say. And even if they come for a few moments, and then again you're able to diffuse them. That's the art of meditation. Meditation here is not just, oh, okay, I relax and I feel good for 10 minutes. No, this meditation really helps you to change and transform. And everybody sitting, especially on the side here, they're all proof of that. That meditation has helped us to change our lives. You see? So the power comes from inside by applying the knowledge. So there's a saying that where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, life grows. So be careful of where you're putting your thought energy. This is where I would say don't focus on the negative. You know, I believe there's two ways of making effort. The push method and the pull method. You can sit there trying to push away all the negativity from your life. I don't want to get angry, I don't want to get upset, I don't want to get disappointed, I don't want to get rejected, I don't want to get jealous, I don't want to be possessive, I don't want to be attached, I don't want to be arrogant. You can think that way, or you can say, I want to be loving, I want to be kind, I want to be peaceful. If you focus on that, then you're putting energy to that, right? Wherever your thought goes, that's where attention goes. So when you're putting energy to that, that's what you're giving life to. Everybody's putting their energy to something. Right now you're putting energy to your work. Maybe you have a hobby. Maybe you have children that you're, putting your energy to. And you know that where attention goes, they will flourish. In fact, we have a space in Kuwait, and we've kind of ignored it for a while. I mean, there is a brother who stays there, but we when we went to see it, we noticed, we need to go more often. We need to stay there. We need to, fix the pots. And just when you're there and you're present, you're giving it your energy. So it's the same here. When I keep returning back, inside to the room of my mind, I'm giving myself energy. And this is what seems to be lacking in this day and age, is the time and the priority for the self. But we don't realize that as I focus on myself, I can actually be a better leader. I can be a better manager of my life. We're always putting this aside. There's that story, I think Stephen Covey's story. So this man is cutting the tree. And he's been cutting it for a few hours. and somebody walks by and says, "Look, why don't you stop and sharpen your saw?" He said, "Nee, time near. I don't have time to sharpen my saw." But if he sharpened the saw, he'd cut the tree in a few minutes. But no, he just wants to keep thinking that he's cutting the tree. You know, he feels good in that action, feeling he's doing something. But if you just take some time out, sharpen your saw, sharpen your mind, get clarity, become concentrated, focused, and then you watch. And actually, my experience is it's not even just you're able to make clear decisions, but you know, new ideas come to your mind, new initiatives, or a better way of seeing something. Like how, let's start this new strategy or initiative or program, or new ideas come to your mind. And that's what you want also. You want innovation. But you have to just step out and take time for yourself to do that. Otherwise, they say, right, whatever, if you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you always got. So you have to kickstart a new habit. So, yeah. This is funny. So this is about law of attraction, right? This person is saying, why? Yeah, why has he got a big house? And this one saying, why not? Why not? He has attracted this house. He has put in the effort. And he keeps thinking, looking, comparing. Doesn't maybe think himself to be worthy to have a big house. So we can attract whatever we want in our lives. This is just about materialistic wealth, but in terms of being, in terms of creating the lifestyle you want, you can create that. If you say you don't have time, start saying, I have the time to do the things I want. Just keep saying that. I will always have the time to do the things I want. And just as you say that, you will get pockets of time. And with meditation like this, actually, it just takes a few moments. You know, in the middle of your day, 5 minutes, close the door. Just go inside. Go and touch the well of peace inside of you. And come back again, inside, come back again. These tiny steps will then help you, so that by the end of the day, you're not feeling so tired, you're quite refreshed. You're okay, you can continue a bit more. So you always make time to do the things you want. Did everybody have breakfast today? Anybody not had breakfast? How comes there was time for breakfast? There was time for breakfast, right? Because we know the body needs energy. And what about the soul? What about the energy for the soul? Think, take time to think the right thoughts. So yeah, don't become a prisoner of your own thoughts. Let's learn how to create the right types of thoughts. So basically, have you noticed, like, when there are lots of thoughts, fast thoughts here, they're not so easy to control. Like a fast car, when you're really driving fast, 200 kilometers an hour, the car is not that easy to control. But when you're going slow, it's easier to control. But slow here, in this context, doesn't mean inefficient or unproductive. Yeah, some people think, in fact, I think many people think we have nothing to do. We are just very idle. Yeah? All we do is sit and meditate all day. But I certainly, I'm sure others, But I certainly have a very busy life. I'm involved in many projects and many meetings and people and writing my blog and planning the next thing, but it doesn't feel like work because I really enjoy what I do and I enjoy the people I'm doing it with. So slow here doesn't mean unproductive. It's just keep your mind calm. So, yeah, what happens is there's 5 types of thoughts: negative, waste, ordinary, positive, elevated, right? This is the kind of thoughts we need to create, the highest quality of thoughts. So this is the direction we have to move in. And then in terms of speed, we have to decrease the speed. So the higher the quality of thoughts, the slower the speed. And the lower the quality of thoughts, the faster the speed. So I'll show you how that works here. Right? Quality of thoughts and speed of thoughts. So, if your speed is less, and this is actually, this line here is actually what we are doing in meditation. Which means when we sit, then we're just stable in one very powerful thought. That's why it just feels like one thought. It's not that we stop our thoughts in meditation. No. But we create one powerful thought and we become stable in that one thought. That's why I'm saying this line here is like the meditation. And then as we come into action, it becomes a bit of this, where maybe the speed increases because of paying attention to different things. So you maybe lose a bit of that. But definitely not to be in this corner. That's not the space to be in. So what to think? I always say 5 P's. Make your thoughts pure, pure-hearted. Saf, saf dil. Have pure intention. Not negative, not impure intention. Saf niyat. Peaceful. Calming, soothing. Even today in our teachings, we were reminded, handle everything with peace and calm. So every day in our teachings, there is something that reminds us, what we need to do. So again, there's always 2 ways of handling everything. Positive. You all know positive, right? Versus negative. We want to create positive thoughts. Always think the best. Always give somebody the benefit of the doubt. It's always easy to, let me give you another example. So, you see this? What happened? I'll do it again. What happened? It fell down. Why it fell down? Did we do anything to make it fall down? I let go. Yeah, my power was holding it up. But the moment I let go, it fell down. This is gravity. This is the law of our world, the gravity. So in the same way, if I'm not holding the thought up, if I'm not consciously creating these pure, peaceful, positive, powerful thoughts, and I just let go and give in and, get fed up, yes, I'll drop. I'll drop low. I'll fall. I'll get depressed. So positive, powerful, it should have some, we say like, some zap behind that thought. When you create a thought, make sure there's some power behind it, some fuel behind it. Positive and powerful. Yes, I can do it. Yes, it's possible. Yes, this person can do it. I trust them. powerful is, I think, with that full conviction that it can happen, not an iota of doubt. So yes, I'm going to go to this meeting. It's not just positive, but I am going to go to this meeting. Or we're going to, succeed in that, whatever is your next thing. It's going to happen, definitely. So it's positive, but filled with power, conviction, belief. Yeah? Purposeful. It has to have a purpose. Otherwise, why? Don't think it. Why are we thinking these thoughts? What's my intention behind it? If it has a bad purpose, if I'm telling somebody about somebody else, what's the purpose behind that? Is it going to benefit them? Or is it just gossip? Why am I communicating this information? What's the purpose behind it? Yeah? So as I told you, I really do this. I talk to myself a lot. Apne ko samjhati hoon. And this is the self-talk. Everybody is talking to themselves in their mind. So here too, he's saying, what is he saying? Or she, I don't know. I feel great, I feel great, I feel great. No matter what. So there, as I said, there is this hidden conversation going on inside of our mind. But I have to make it positive self-talk. Imagine if you had to give some advice to your friend. How would you talk to them? Would you be rude? Would you be nasty? Would you condemn them? Would you reject them? Or you'd say, okay, they're there. Everything's going to be okay. So why is it that, we cannot be nice to ourselves and say, it's okay, everything's going to be okay. Just relax, calm down, be peaceful, take a moment. See, that's the energy, that's the vibration, that's the energy we want to create for ourselves. That is called inner peace, inner power. The ability to be nice to myself as well. It starts from the self, doesn't it? Whatever you are like, that is what you will emit. You probably heard this before as well, but if you squeeze an orange, what do you get? Orange juice? Sure? Not pomegranate? If you squeeze or if you blend or take juice of apples, what do you get? Apple juice. If we squeeze you, what do we get? What's inside of you? Right? So when there's a crunch situation, what comes out of you? Whatever's inside. So if you have filled yourself with that peace and power, then when there is a crisis situation, you will only respond with peace and power. But if there is anger and frustration and you're fed up and irritated and God knows what else, then that's what will come out. There'll be a reaction. So that's why it's so important that we keep meditating and we keep filling ourselves. Actually, this is also, that's why I'm talking to you like this, but when you take the meditation course, you realize that the peace is already right here inside of us. All I'm doing is tapping into it. It's like a tool. Like when you haven't used a tool for a while, it becomes rusty, doesn't it? Whatever it is, your badminton racket or your golf clubs or your spanners or your hammer or your saw, whatever it is, if you haven't used it for a while, it becomes rusty. But when you start using it, and then you start polishing it a bit, then it works really fine. So same here, the powers are inside. We forgot, we didn't use them. So they've become rusty. But as I now start to exercise, be patient, be calm, be tolerant, be accommodating. I'm using them. As I be it, I'm using the power. It's already here, but I'm now beginning to use it. And as I use it, I'm reawakening that energy. It's coming back to life. You see? And then it works. It will work for you. That power will work for you. So I have a blog, as the brother said. The blog is actually It's Time to Meditate, or arunaladva.org will also take you to the blog, and there's lots of articles and meditation commentaries, and there's also a free download of the conflict resolution book that you can use and apply. Many people have taken it up. It's also been translated into a few languages. So there's more information there. So what I'd like to do now is just a few minutes of meditation. So we just dim the light so the eyes are not stressed, and we play some nice music to create the atmosphere. And so right now, I choose to turn to the sanctuary of my mind. And he has a special ray of light for every soul. Special ray of love shining on every soul. And God wants to see his every child as a master, as a king, master of the self. God is the purest, and as godly children, our motives are also pure. Just take a moment now to speak to God and tell him some secret from your heart. And then observe the responses later in the day. Now we bring the awareness back to this body, back to this room, back to this chair, back to the center of the forehead. As I see things, it will be with a different perspective, with a divine perspective. Om. Om Shanti. Om means I am, and Shanti means at peace.